Every person who comes to me for an Akashic record reading is what we call a starseed or galactic soul. More often than not, they struggle with mission and a sense of purpose, trying to understand why they feel so different from their families and peers. I know I came here for a reason. I wanted to heal, to teach, to share with others. How can I do that? At the same time, their soul carries a deep sense of sadness from lifetimes of incarnating for the service of humanity and not being sincerely accepted by those they loved. Underlying this quest for meaning is a perception of failure at the soul level. Starseed souls often feel that they have not been as successful in their mission to help humanity as they would have liked to, but this perception is unjustified, as each incarnation in itself is an enormous act of service. Part of my work lies in shifting that perspective, and showing that by healing ourselves, we are actually doing the greatest job and mission imaginable, as we are also transmuting the larger collective wounding to which we are connected. But why do starseed souls so often feel out of place? Soul groups of origination. Throughout the whole time of Earth's history, there have been souls with different origins who have incarnated in other dimensions and galaxies. Other souls have only incarnated on Earth, and this planet is their home. They rarely come for an Akashic record reading, simply because the question of their soul origin and finding a meaning to their life does not bother them, at least not in such an esoteric sense as an Akashic reading provides. Starseed souls, on the other hand, have their home planet away from Earth, on different dimensions of existence. In my view, it is more appropriate to conceptualize starseed places of origination as different dimensions rather than different life forms, because the most crucial issue starseeds struggle with is translating their 5, 6, or more dimensional soul experience into the dense 3D world of the Earth. Earthly karma, reluctant soulmates. Starseeds volunteer for their service on Earth, fully understanding that by this, they will also incur earthly karma that they will have to work through. When they incarnate into an Earth soul family, they struggle with being accepted because of different values, concepts, and interests. It simply feels like being a stranger in a strange land, which is of course true at the soul level. These strained relationships with family members incur karma, which the souls contract to resolve in subsequent incarnations. These souls follow each other, lifetime after lifetime, and those that have a karmic debt agree to be on a giving side in the next incarnation. Unfortunately, we easily fall into old habits. This is also true at the soul level. Out of body, we see a bigger picture, but once we hit the ground, we struggle with connecting to soul-level truths. For many on Earth, life has been, and still is, about survival and making it day to day. Many contracts that are made prior to incarnation are forgotten or blocked out by obstructions and daily struggles. Arrival on Earth is not merely a challenge to learn and grow, but also implies a great risk of failure if we, again, forget the contracts made prior to incarnation. Why do we forget? But why then, if it is so difficult to remember our mission and to stay connected to the soul, why do we forget who we are the moment we are born? As a friend of mine once said, but isn't it like promising something when you are drunk? You wake up and don't remember a thing of it. This is just so unfair. The truth is, we knew, as a soul, that something metaphorically called the seal of forgetfulness would be placed on our forehead upon incarnation. Shortly after birth, we forget our past lives and our life as a soul, and start our incarnation as if we had never been here before. The reason for this forgetting is, somewhat paradoxically, to give us the very ability to fulfill those soul contracts and to resolve our karma. By forgetting, we can, indeed, start afresh. Starting afresh, untangling the knots. How would it feel to travel through life knowing everything that had ever happened? Meeting people that had hurt us, going to places where we had died or been abused, or meeting people whom we had hurt. would we really wish to interact with them again? There was a novel by Daphne du Maurier, The Scapegoat, where a French count meets his English double in a tavern. Seizing the opportunity, he drugs the man and leaves him in his room to be picked up by the butler and to be thrown headlong into the impossible knots he felt unable to untangle by himself any longer. The Englishman faces family feuds, dark local history, unfamiliar customs, but, having no other choice, a stranger in a strange land, untangles the knots and even falls in love with the place and the people, getting to know them on a far deeper level than any of his studies could ever make possible. It's a beautiful piece, strangely reminiscent of Wim Wenders' Far Away So Close with its introspective musings on observation as opposed to participation. Forgetting gives us an opportunity to allow the other party to rewrite the past script, and to correct the course. If conscious awareness of past lives had been present within everyone, those who are not yet at the high level of spiritual development would have simply withdrawn from a situation and would not choose to bring karma into balance. We actually see a glimpse of this in the twin flame dynamics, when two souls who share an incredibly strong bond often withdraw from the connection instead of working on it, because the memories are partly reactivated and are too painful to deal with. Ability to remember increases with spiritual evolution. However, for all the starseeds, the seal of forgetfulness is not as strong as it is for Earth souls. We have the choice, as our body grows, to sense the truth of prior lifetimes or to allow the seal to be more transparent, thus being able to see with eyes of the soul. When we are ready to see the truth and embrace it, it will be revealed to us. The less attached we are to bringing about a particular outcome, to making things go our way, the more we are able to see, specifically in our Akashic record. Ultimately, we are all on the journey of remembering, and many times, it takes courage and spiritual maturity to accept the truth of who we are, and who the people in our lives are. Accepting the truth also means acting in such a way that brings about the most spiritually productive outcome for everyone concerned. This is why we, and others, receive the truth gradually, in accordance with our own ability. This is true also in relation to the Akashic records. They always act as a mirror to our state of being, and we only receive that which is in our highest good at any given time. This is why everyone experiences a reading in a different way, and people who are attached to a specific future outcome and seek to be told what to do to achieve it are often disappointed.